Hello everyone, Nika here with your daily neuro nugget. It's freaking cold again in Chicago, so I hope you guys are staying warm. But this weather has reminded me of dumb things I used to do as a college student. Now, I've mentioned before, I have attended several universities throughout the country. Some I just took a few courses in and some I graduated from. I went to a university here in Chicago, and I had friends who attended University of Chicago. We were not so much the partying crowd. We did do that. We did, of course, drink, but we were the type that gets old very quickly. Let's go do something weird. Let's go do something fun. Let's go explore. And because we were all night owls, we would often go explore after hours, like 2, 3 in the morning. We would go to creepy cemeteries, right? Or we would go to ride our bikes, the Midnight Marauders. I think they still exist. Midnight Marauders around, 2, 3 in the morning underground, because, there's roads underground in Chicago. When it was very cold out, we would go into the steam tunnels. Like, let's go explore the steam tunnels. A lot of students did that. The first time I went, I got so freaked out because it's dark, you need a flashlight, and you have no signal. And at that time, we didn't even carry actual phones. It was those little cheap phones where you had to pay like a dime to send a text. And we probably would have not gotten signal anyway. So yeah, I was a little bit paranoid, but I felt safe because I was with a group of very close friends. First night we went in the damn steam tunnels, I freaked out because there was other people walking towards us. And all I could think about was like, is it a homeless person? Are they gonna attack us? We don't really have signal. We don't really have anything to defend ourselves with. We're 17, 18 years old. Okay, dumb. Kids do dumb things. And we did very dumb things. That's a dumb thing. Now that my brain has matured and completed developing, yeah, I think about those things, and college kids put themselves in stupid situations. By the way, steam tunnels are real. You can literally Google the map for the steam tunnels in the University of Chicago. There's also Harvard. They have underground tunnels for students to get from point A to point B, different than steam tunnels, of course. Steam tunnels are dangerous, so don't go. But now I can say I visited steam tunnels, and I can say that it was my experience that these steam tunnels can often fit quite a few people. And sometimes people do spend the night down there. Again, very cold, and if they're homeless, it's a semi-warm place to go. When a lot of people first hear the theory about the steam tunnels, I think a lot of people are very quick to say, conspiracy theorist, you're insane, this is extremely out of line. But because I've experienced this myself, these exist. And we know that there is a steam plant. This is a fact. There's a steam plant underneath University of Idaho. In fact, most universities have these steam plants because that's how you keep these buildings warm, especially in the winter. So, University of Chicago, steam tunnels, fairly large, and they connect to smaller steam tunnels where they can be quite inaccessible. People, an adult male, an adult female cannot go to some of those little confined spaces. That being said, we do not know the size of the steam tunnels at the University of Idaho. Frat Row, 1122 King Road, is extremely close to the university. Oftentimes, these steam tunnels do extend past the universities. So, is it possible that in this case, a steam tunnel actually connected directly to 1122 King Road? Could be. That being said, I've never seen a steam tunnel myself that has connected to a home. They do connect to several university buildings here in Chicago, but you would have to literally break the law and break bring tools to crack these things open so that you can enter the building, right? Because they're just not easily accessible. But I am of the opinion that you cannot rule this stuff out. I cannot rule it out. I'm leaving everything on the table because unless I'm there physically to say there is no tunnel here, we do not really know. And because I have experienced these steam tunnels myself and did dumb things in these steam tunnels myself, I know that it could technically be possible for somebody to enter the home if they brought the proper equipment, if it actually connected to a home. We don't know. Again, a lot of people say conspiracy theory, but all you have to do is go to any search engine, type in any university within the United States, and you'll find tunnels, steam tunnels, underground connections. A lot of people are unaware that this stuff exists, and it's shocking to me because I've visited steam tunnels underground several universities. I spent a lot of time at universities, but then I remind myself, not everybody went to an actual university, like a state university. Not everybody is weird and crazy and goes and explores these tunnels at 2, 3 in the morning. Most people probably just go to a party. So yeah, these things are real. These tunnels are real. Is it possible that Brian Koberger, a night owl, was driving out and about, maybe saw someone coming out of a steam tunnel? Is it possible that maybe Koberger saw weird activity? Said there's a lot of movement going on here. People coming up from underground. What's going on? In theory, these steam tunnels could be large enough to move illegal substances. We know Idaho has a cartel drug problem, fentanyl. We know that Moscow, Idaho has a drug problem. We know that this house is a drug house. We know that those are facts. But if you were dealing illegal substances, wouldn't you want to do it underground? That would be the safest, right? If spacious enough, that'd be the safest. But if I was moving substances underground, I would probably also want eyes above ground. Is it possible those eyes above ground said, we keep seeing this car driving at weird times here? Is Koberger onto us? Who is this guy that's always driving around? Is it possible that they thought maybe Koberger was onto them and pre-selected their patsy for what was going to go down at 1122 King Road? Koberger to me looks like a goody two-shoes. I could see him driving around, being an insomniac, trying to ease his restlessness, as I've done several times. Seeing odd activity, being curious, keeping track of this day in, day out, maybe going to PD to report it, and then PD freaking out and saying, we cannot let this guy say anything because our whole plan here, our whole drug movement here will fall apart. And we often know there's been several cases of PDs that are involved in moving lots of illegal substances, sometimes with cartel members, sometimes not. Could that be a possibility in this case? They said, yeah, we can't have that guy, that weird insomniac who drives around. We can't have him snooping. We can't have him talking. We need to do something about this. Right? That's how you get rid of your number one problem, potentially. Or your number two problem, because their number one problem could have been the 4 victims at 1122. It's possible. Again, we cannot rule this out unless we physically go there to see, is there tunnels right there connected to the house? I want to see, I want to know. Let me know down in the comments below if you have ever explored these steam tunnels by your university, if you ever attended, or you had friends who you guys did crazy stuff underground at 2, 3 in the morning, or was that just me? So I'm gonna go now. You guys have a wonderful day. Take care, and remember, stay warm and stay away from steam tunnels. They're actually very dangerous. Okay, steam and young children don't mix. Even adults, even people who know what they're doing, it's dangerous to go down there. It really is. So you guys have a wonderful day, and remember to hydrate because I'm drying out. Take care.